Tallinn, Estonia's capital and a thriving tourist destination. But the government here believe these peaceful scenes are under threat from the neighbour who forcibly occupied their country for 50 years and who they don't believe has abandoned that ambition to invade. A recent report from the Estonian Foreign Intelligence Service says that security risks to the Baltic region have risen in the medium and the long term. The report concludes that Russia does see the Baltic states as the most vulnerable part of NATO. And so they think that if there is to be a NATO-Russia conflict, it's likely that that will be focused around here.
When we take the hostile neighbor we have, then this is the main battlefield for us. And for sure, in this situation, we have to be ready 365 days in a year, 24/7.
Defence Minister Hanno Pevkur on a visit to exercise Spring Storm. Estonia has recently announced they'll increase army numbers by a third and increase defence spending to 3.2% of GDP. But he wants other NATO countries to increase their defence commitments too.
We have to be ready, but also our allies have to be ready, and then all together we can be sure that NATO is never under attack.
If you have 13,000 people on the ground, you should make a good use of it.
Brigadier General Vaho Karas is the man in charge of evaluating how Estonian troops are performing on this exercise. In a country with a population of just 1.3 million, there's a heavy reliance on reservists and conscripts.
If we go back to the Cold War, for example, and seeing how different countries had their civilian defences in place, equally do the military defences. Most countries still retain those capabilities, but the question is, are they as well exercised and practiced? And that is where Estonia is putting a lot of emphasis on the society level.
As soldiers and heavy armour clatter across public spaces and private land, local people seem to approve. Reservists taking part believe it offers them reassurance.
They get some feeling of security that we are actually doing something here and that we are not just, pushing media agendas and stuff, that we're actually committing to what we have promised.
Involving Estonian wider society and regularly exercising their reserve is just part of Estonia's total defence strategy. It's one they believe is essential for their country to avoid becoming Russia's next target. Rosie Layden, Forces News, Estonia.